Hello there. So with all these videos looking at natural disasters, you might think that I'd be telling you about one that I lived through. And I could, but I won't. Instead, I'm going to be talking about one I didn't live through, and I'm really glad that I didn't. See, back in 2004, when the world was still getting new to this whole we're in the 21st century thing, on December 26th, the day after Christmas in 2004, there was a huge tsunami. Now, tsunami in any part of the world is a really dangerous action. It's not just an earthquake that happens, it's one that happens beneath the Earth's surface, beneath the ocean floor. And as two plates collide, rub up against each other, or pull away, that seismic activity does things terrible, horrifying things with the water above it. It basically causes a huge ripple in the water above the earthquake, and the waves therefore splash out in either directions. Which sounds simple if it's in a bathtub, but if it's in an ocean, specifically the Indian Ocean back in 2004, it will cause so much devastation, not just to property, but also to human lives. As the people of Indonesia, South Africa, India, all over the Indian Ocean found out. So December 26, 2004, a huge wave came pushing on both sides of the epicenter of this earthquake under the water, causing this tsunami. What did it look like? Well, for people on the seashore, on places like Malaysia, Thailand, India, Sri Lanka, and especially Indonesia, it didn't look horrifying at first. Let's say you're a tourist or you're a native there and you're living on the coast of western Indonesia. What do you see as you're on the beach? Well, first, everybody else starts shouting, gasping, and you look at the ocean and it's not there. I mean, it's just gone. Like the ocean water has disappeared. It's been sucked back like a giant vacuum cleaner, and all for hundreds and hundreds of feet is in front of you. There is an ocean floor glittering with seashells and jellyfish and things you never normally see because they're buried under thousands of pounds of water, and now it's just there. So a lot of people started rushing forward on that day, and they picked up whatever they could find, sand dollars or crab shells or anything. A lot of people were really excited because they've never seen something like this before. Fortunately, one girl, her name was Tilly Smith, she was 10 years old and she was there with her family, and on that day in 2004, she saw what had just happened, and her reaction was not to rush forward onto this empty seafloor. She immediately turned to her parents and said, "We have got to get out of here." Her parents, fortunately, wisely, listened to 10-year-old Tilly, and they got out, warning people around them to get out as well as fast as they could, and they just barely made it. Tilly saved their lives. When they got to a hotel and tried to get up to several floors up, that's when they saw the horrendous 65-foot wave of moving water not come slowly to the shore. It moved at hundreds of miles per hour, and it just simply swallowed up the people who were on the ocean floor, who had only started to realize the danger that they were in. The reason why Tilly Smith happened to know what this was, a tsunami that soon destroyed almost everything in its path, is because just that semester before, her geography teacher had gone over what a tsunami is and how people should react if they're ever in front of one. Fortunately, she listened, and her family listened, and their lives were saved. But that entire region, Indonesia especially, lost 80,000 lives that day from that one tsunami. Places all over the rest of the Indian Ocean also suffered terrifying losses. Tens of thousands of people died near the epicenter. Tsunamis are no joke, and if you're ever anywhere near one, you have to know what to do before the tsunami actually comes. It moves too quick for humans to move away. Apparently, 1 inch of moving water caused by a tsunami is enough to rip a person off of the ground and flow them along until they collide at hundreds of miles per hour with something else. Just 1 inch of moving water is that powerful enough. You can imagine what 65 feet would do. This is Ross Anderson, signing off.